I'm done with the sandwich, so if everyone else is good.
I think you have sandwich, dog has drink.
I'll try it, baby. Here. No. I'm quite ready to go.
Children are working on food because they both come in and claimed, I'm hungry, Grandma, I'm hungry, and yeah. Because puppies.
Right, nurse.
Right?
Yeah.
What is this?
Alright, let me just pull everything up, and I will go over... I'm pulling up the last session so we can just kind of do a quick recap. Alrighty, so last session, quick overview here. Taralynn had continued to explore the circus with no bird. She was closely followed by another visitor. Gwynnie, at that point, was busying herself with consolidating the wealth of coins and trinkets that she and Dilly had amassed. And she was aided by Polly at the ticket booth, providing her with a sturdy coin box, which Gwynnie then magically locked. Dilly then decided to go out and find and watch Taralynn, and he quickly noticed the man following her. Taralynn attempted to sneak into a tent after realizing she didn't have any tickets. That did not go well. She was caught by an animated Marionette security guard. Thankfully, Dilly intervened, convinced Marionette that she had simply dropped her tickets, and then he provided her with, I think we decided on 10.
Yeah, I believe it was 10.
I believe the roll was 10. I know I put it up in one of my server channels.
It was 10, 100 on it.
Okay.
I have 9 left.
Yes, you do, because you had then gone to the tapestry tent and you experienced 2 incredibly awesome flashbacks.
Yeah.
So you're not going to drink this?
Which then made Taralynn wonder if there were any magic mushrooms on the tree, so she decided to check. Jethro woke up while she was on her way there, noticed that a man was following her, so he hopped down, greeted her, and he and Dilly started interrogating a man who turned out to be named Kevin. Dilly took Kevin back to his tent and turned the sign to closed before he went in with them. They were greeted by Anton, the strung-up animated Marionette bartender, who offered Kevin a drink, and then things faded to black because Kevin's not here anymore. Kevin is no longer with us.
I love that. That was great.
We had gone back to Gwynnie. She was visited by a little boy named Landon. He was an orphan. He had 1 white ticket.
Aww.
Yeah, she took it, gave him an actual reading, and found that he was eventually going to run the orphanage that he currently resided in. She told him so, gave him some extra tickets, realized that he had like 6 to 7 fellow orphans with him, so she gave him some more tickets, and then kind of sent a quick message to Dilly, telling him if he sees the orphans to treat them well. Taralynn and Jethro had an interesting conversation about tree mushrooms. Then they went to get some lemonade. Jethro drank too much lemonade, and then went back to bed in the tree. So Taralynn decided to visit the library tent, where she received a book, and then she went to find Dilly's tent after having a verbal, out-loud exposition about, judging a book by its cover. So she went to go find Dilly's tent so she could talk to Kevin. Taralynn ran into Gwynnie on the way to Dilly's tent. They kind of showed up at the same time. She started asking about her friend Kevin, and Dilly did his best to convince Taralynn that he had, quote-unquote, escorted him to the gates.
Yes. Yes.
He went quite willingly.
And those gates are pearly.
Very pearly. Sometimes
Not
thorny.
for him.
Not for Kevin. Taralynn...
Kevin's gate.
Yes, exactly.
Oh,
His gates were less glamorous.
Kevin's gates.
Oh my god. Taralynn
that's
asked
awful.
Gwynnie and Dilly if she could join the circus, so they brought her to meet Bitsy. But prior to meeting Bitsy, they did realize that Taralynn was experiencing the bird, so they took her to the Lost and Found, where she met Locke, and managed to get a pouch, where they transferred the imaginary the imaginary no-bird spirit into this pouch, which almost immediately started going off.
I mean, we did set it to go off whenever she said friend.
Yeah, that was not the best safe word to use, because she pressed a lot.
I have a bird with a safe word. What's the bird's safe word?
Armageddon!
Word is the word.
Yep, the friend
Armageddon!
is unfortunately the word. After receiving a couple of items for Gwynnie and Dilly as well, they then took Taralynn to meet Bitsy. Bitsy kind of did her weird "I'm watching you because Joel's watching you" thing, and then Taralynn finally got to meet Joel. He agreed to let both she and Jethro join the circus. Taralynn as some kind of medical tent professional, and Jethro as a juice stand man.
Of course.
Taralynn
As one does.
As one obviously does. Taralynn had also commissioned a treehouse to be built for Jethro instead of a tent, because in her mind Jethro was a squirrel the first time she met him, so obviously he wants to be in a tree. And Gwynnie had offered to let Taralynn sleep in her tent until the treehouse was finished, but Taralynn thinks it's better that she has her own tent, because apparently she talks enough to evoke murderous rage in people.
I even talk in my sleep.
Oh, God. Meanwhile, Dilly was thoroughly enjoying himself during what turned out to be a very confusing conversation.
Reclining on the table, kicking his feet in the air, enjoying himself.
And we finally left off as Joel went to go inform Gloria about their newest additions. So we're going to kick it off really quick. Oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. You're probably going to clarify what I was going to ask right now, so please continue.
I don't know if that's the case. What was your question?
All right. Are we still chilling where we were then? Joel's walked off and I'm still on the table.
Yep, we're pretty much starting right where we left off.
Okay.
But
that was it.
Going to kick over to Jethro and see if he would like to wake up now, because at this point he's had 2 short rests, so I think it's fair that he can go ahead and roll to see if he's still dead.
Sure, I can do that.
Alright, and you just roll a straight d20. Or you can roll perception or insight.
I'll do perception, I think I did that way, 17.
There you go. All right. You wake up in a stretch and you're kind of bleary-eyed, but as your vision clears and you rub the gook from your eyes, you realize that you can feel your heartbeat. You're breathing. There's air. There was air before, but you were pretty sure you were just doing that out of habit. But this time it feels like your lungs are expanding, and your brain is working, and your blood is pumping, and your heart, it's beating, and you're alive.
Okay, so I get up. Is there a treehouse at the moment, or is that yet to be built?
Nope, that is yet to be built. That was just...
I'm just laying on the branch.
You're still on the
branch.
Yep.
So I get up a little confused. I'm just I'm looking around and I'm trying to figure out where everyone went. Where my little friend went. I would like to meet back up with her. And so I guess can I do another perception? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, you can go ahead and do another perception roll.
I'm looking. 18.
18?
Yeah, is that going through in the channel?
Yeah.
Or no? Okay, cool.
All right, so with an 18, you actually, it's been about an hour since you went to sleep, but as you're scanning the area, you notice from your spot, there's a staircase that seems to go upstairs, and it's kind of roped off, so clearly it's a, employees only area, but as you're squinting and looking at that staircase, you notice just the faintest fading glow of tiny footprints going up the stairs. And as you remember, your little friend had glowing footprints because she ate that strawberry you gave her.
Okay, so I climb down the tree, and I, we'll walk over there, maybe not with so much of a purpose, but just walking like any patron would do, look over my shoulder and unclip the sign and go around and clip back in, and I'm just gonna walk up the stairs slowly, just kind of like peeking my head up, just trying to.
Roll me a stealth check.
7.
As you're unclipping this rope to go up the stairs, you hear a voice from right behind you, and you say, "Excuse me, sir. Unacceptable." And there is an animated marionette dressed like a security guard right behind you. He is standing very tall and proud, and his arms aren't necessarily crossed so much as they are like weirdly crinkled in front of him. He can't really figure out how to cross them, so they're just like, "Nah." And he says, "Excuse you, what are you doing? Employees only."
I'm sorry. I was looking for my friend.
What?
I
Friend?
yes, friend. I think she went up here. I was going to go and try and find her, if that's okay.
That is not okay. I must call my supervisor. And you see him, like, his eyes just sort of roll all the way back in his head until you just see, like, these white globes. And they're kind of shaking in his head.
I mean, it's meta
Oh my
question.
god.
This is a meta question, but also meta. Alex had very much wanted his character to be Irish, but he was like, I think when he died, though, he, like, lost all sense of self, so he just doesn't have an accent until you...
Oh
I love
my
it.
god.
I love it.
I kind of figured that, but
Oh my god, that's wonderful.
So he's
was
always been
great.
Irish. You guys just didn't meet him until he was already dead.
I love
it's
it.
fantastic.
So yeah, that
I love
saw that
it.
pop up, and I was like, I know someone's gonna ask. I'm just waiting for it.
I heard it immediately, like, wait a minute.
Like,
Oh,
oh my
that, my
god, she
friend,
brings.
is role playing.
I was like, oh my god, she brings the Irish out in him.
Oh,
my
yeah.
God.
He
That's
brings
great.
the Irish out in me. Let's get that clear.
Oh, shit. All right.
Alrighty. Anyway,
You know who's dominating that bedroom?
Anyway, we're recording, people.
Nothing?
I've marked my channel 18 plus, but you know kids don't listen.
I have no idea what you're talking about. That was my buddy in the background.
Oh, God.
I feel like every time I'm in a sort of situation, I'm in the group that's doing the educating, whether they want to be or not.
Any children listening to this, ask your parents.
Please stop, because I have jokes
Doctor.
for days. Please stop.
All right. So Jethro's stealth was not great. He just got caught. And this marionette's eyes are like rolled to the back of his head. They're kind of shaking in his weird marionette skull. Oh God, no, sorry. There's a ferret chasing the dog. How'd you get out? Go. Alex, can you get Appa, please?
Real world ferret problems.
Guys,
God. She's in
Cut.
She's in her room, but
Cut.
can you just put the
we're recording.
up? Yeah, she's back in the fair room.
Christ.
Can you put the stair gates up? Sorry, guys. Like, I heard, like, scrambling, and I looked over, and Charlie is, like, running like a bat out of hell, and Appa's just on his heels, like, I'm coming for you.
Is that a breach?
Dogs are afraid of the ferrets, not the other way around.
Aw.
Oh,
We've had a breach.
We had a breach, 100%. Okay, rewinding. Hour. Here we go.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Plan D&D today or what? Jesus.
The animated marionette seems to be visually having a seizure. Meanwhile, Dilly, the brass on your horns starts to kind of vibrate at a high frequency, kind of like just a telephone ringing.
Yes.
Mr. Dilly, there is a man attempting to gain entry to the upstairs quarters. He says his friend is upstairs.
Meta. We're upstairs, right?
Yeah, we're up at the table.
Bring him hither to me. Billy's feeling really fancy today.
As you wish, sir. And Jethro, you see the eyes kind of like one by one just roll back into place like a slot machine. And they kind of jiggle there for a second before focusing on you. And he says, my supervisor has requested that I bring you upstairs after you.
Yeah, like I said, I was going upstairs. Thank you.
You did not have permission at first. Now you have permission.
Oh god.
Okay. And I just walk upstairs.
And the marionette follows you to the top and just sort of holds his arm out, directing you towards where Dilly and Gwynnie and Taralynn are seated.
Is there anything else I see around here? I'm curious.
Roll perception.
Kinda wanna get this, map up as well. 11.
Ooh, can we get a fresh posting of the map?
Oh, yep. Hold on 1 second. Alright, so as you come up the stairs with an 11, you're gonna see, to your left that, ribbon-covered archway, but you can't really see through it. You can kind of see over it that, the top of the tree is coming out, which is a little bit surprising to you since when you originally were climbing the tree from the bottom floor, you could never seem to get to the top. So it might be a bit surprising to see that there is a top and it comes out through the second floor. Other than that, really all you're seeing is, all these colorful tents that are very different from the black and white, monochrome theme that you were seeing downstairs. All of them seem more personalized. This is generally just kind of a small village of cast members as far as you can tell.
Interesting. Okay, so I'm a little worried that management has called me up here, but I kind of slowly walk over to the table where everyone's sitting at, and I take my seat, and I'm just waiting for what's about to happen.
Jethro! Hey! Guess what? I got you a job, and I got us a house, and they're gonna put it in the tree, and I got this book, and they got some really cool cards, and do you have a pencil?
You got me a job?
Jethro, you look so... You're different. What happened?
Oh, I'm alive now.
Nice to wait.
I woke up and my heart was beating, and I could actually smell again. I could talk again, and yeah, it's kind of weird. But you said you got me a job. I already have a job.
Meta. Is he at the table that I'm lounging on?
Yeah.
Jethro, did you go and sit at the table that the large cat person is currently laying on, or are you?
Is everyone sitting around that table? I thought I went to Tarylynn's table.
Yeah, I kind of didn't know.
Then yes. I guess I okay. So now I'm curious as to why are you laying on the table? What
Oh, Jethro, this is Mr. Kitty. This is Mr. Kitty, and this is Short Beardy Chick. And they gave us, they
My
made
name
me
is
talk.
Gwynnie. Pleased to meet you.
She's very sweet.
Gwynnie.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Nice to meet you. And is your name really Kitty Cat? What was it?
This is my brother Dilly.
Nice to meet you all.
So
How
Jethro.
about now?
Much better.
Good.
There you go.
My butt unplugged it.
You're unbutt dialed.
So Jethro, this Mr. Kitty is like, he's kind of weird. Oh, and happy birthday! You guys, it's Jethro's birthday today.
Happy birthday!
Thank you. It's not my birthday. I don't know what you're talking about.
But you're not dead no more, so that means it's your birthday. You're rebirthed. Happy merry birthday.
fuck, if I can get a present out of it. Yeah, it's my birthday.
Oh, well, you are entitled to 1 free fortune reading.
I'll take you up on that.
And all of a sudden, Bitsy, who is still sitting on, a bench at the other table, kind of jerks her head in the direction of the 4 of you, but she's very clearly staring at Jethro. And she says, in a voice that's not Bitsy's, "Gwynnie, Dilly, bring the new ones to me. Now."
Yes.
And
Jethro.
obviously, you both
Yes.
recognize that as Gloria's voice.
Yes, Jethro, this will be quite unpleasant. The
Yeah.
Queen Bee beckons us.
Excuse me, but does anybody have a pencil? I need to write my name in my doom book in case I...
Little one,
Yes.
please, shut up.
Jethro, you got a pencil.
Yeah, I got a pencil. Here you go.
Okay, so I'm gonna open up my book as I start standing up, and I'm gonna put it back over to the button page, and I would like to write, this book belongs... How do you spell belong?
And as you open your book to the last page, it no longer says buttons. The word buttons has oddly been replaced with the word sacrifice.
Oh, this is weird. B E E L.
Anyway, as she's doing this, I'll be ushering them over to speak with Queen Bitch.
And the tree, as you're kind of ushering them towards it, that doorway starts to glow again, and as you reach it, it again is the interior of an elevator. And there's annoying music.
Wait, what's an elevator?
The tree turns into an elevator. There's an opening that glows, and as you guys approach it, the glowing subsides, and it's just the interior of an elevator that you are supposed to then enter.
Okay.
So is everyone getting in the elevator? Is everyone going along?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And I would like to say that I think Gwynnie walked up beside Tara and kind of extended her hand and, maybe offered to kind of hold her hand and reassure her as we go.
Gwynnie,
Yes, son.
please control the little one. As best you can.
I'm trying.
I mean, he's obviously uncontrollable, but I would hate to see Gloria make short work of her.
Would you guys please tell Jethro what this thing is, because they don't have this in the forest where his family's from, and I think that he might freak the fuck out. Like, the trees don't do this where he's from. Could you please, so he don't freak out? He just came back to life.
I've seen an elevator before. I've just never seen it in a tree.
Actually,
I think I understand what's going on.
give the poor human more credit than he's worth.
Oh, he is a human. Did you smell that on him?
Yes. Back when he was a squirrel.
I told you that you smelled the whole time. Just because you couldn't smell you don't mean that I couldn't smell you.
On that note,
I was instinct.
I don't know how to caution you. I just need to I'm just going to say, be careful. Yeah, there's nothing really else I can tell you other than to be careful.
And as Gwynnie is giving you the only warning she really can, the glowing, as you guys entered, that glowing door started glowing again. And as you were speaking, it continued glowing, and now it's subsiding once more, and you see that you're in a very opulently decorated foyer, living room. There are Persian rugs, there's gold fixtures, there's lamps, like, gaslit lamps, and everything is just kind of covered in shawls and scarves and plush everything, and
Damn it.
very,
Meta.
very comfortable looking.
Oh,
You did that.
you basically just described my bedroom.
No. You just described Billy's quarters.
Oh yeah,
I don't know if that was on purpose. Never mind.
No, that was how it was
I'm
supposed
meta.
to be anyway. I just thought it was really ironic that Dilly decorated his tent the same way I had already written out Gloria.
Oh my god. Is this your mom's house? It looks just like your house. And I'm going to touch fucking everything.
Oh god. Billy's glaring at her at this hatefully. This reference to
She
the mother.
I was expecting to see
Gloria
this.
his
And-
mom.
And Gwynnie is like following behind Tara, just like no, yeah, doing the hovering helicopter mom thing.
Oh, is this her favorite? Is this your mom's favorite painting?
Okay, she's not our mom, and
Why
it's
not?
not a good idea to touch her things. Really, not a good idea to touch her things.
Is Gloria there?
Do you hate your
You don't
mom?
see her. She's not in the immediate vicinity. There are several hallways leading off from the foyer. There is a staircase going up, but you don't see Gloria.
Is there any seating arrangement?
Oh yeah, kind of to the left. So to your immediate right, there's space between the doorway and the wall, but then, along that wall going up, there is a staircase that just kind of disappears into darkness. You don't see a landing, you don't see anything past, the 13th or 14th step. But to your left, and kind of in front of you from the doorway that you entered through, you see a hallway directly across from you, and you can kind of glimpse, a table, maybe a chair or two, so possibly a kitchen, but the opening to your left is very, a very opening, welcoming. There's a, huge fireplace. It's a very welcoming sitting area with lots of trinkets on shelves and tables, and clearly this is not a room that should ever be done more in than sit.
So, oh, this is beautiful. It reminds me of this one time, and I want to walk around, and I'm going to be looking directly into Gwynnie's eyes as I'm like, take my finger on the back of the one sitting on the couch. And it reminds me of when I was at my grandma's house, and what she used to do, we would have tea parties and all this other stuff, and then she was gonna walk around to this burgundy and gold wingback chair. And it's got this really ornate wooden legs, and she's gonna kind of and jump on the chair and start jumping up and down, and just can be a little kid for a while. Oh, this chair is perfect. It's just like home.
And you hear the click of her heels descending the staircase before you hear or see her.
Dilly?
And Gwynnie is just standing there with her hand on her forehead, and one hand on her hip, the other one on her forehead, just kind of shaking her head because
Dilly? Okay. Dilly is going to relish this entire scene.
And I've just been basically standing in the doorway, just amazed at what I see and confused at what's going on.
Sure.
All right, everyone roll perception for me.
Okay.
Uh-oh. Oh, hey, I don't even have my character sheet out
You
yet.
just hear springs bouncing on this chair.
Boinky, boinky, boinky. You're an Animaniac.
Oh my god.
Oh,
She is
so
not
much.
100% dot, but less murderous.
Yeah.
We don't know that
Oh,
Not yet.
yeah.
First
My
section.
murders before they're at.
Alright. So Jethro, we have a 12. Gwynnie has a 20.
I gotta switch this over to the right room.
Not a problem.
Oh, I'm in the wrong room, but
Put
I
it
have a
on my
27.
monkeys.
All right, Dilly
Hey,
27.
I will change my room now.
Now I got the fucking monkey song stuck in my head.
No more monkeys jumping on the bed.
Oh, even worse. Hey, where the monkeys from the TV show?
Ugh.
Oh my god.
I am so jumping so hard, so like I'm starting to sweat.
My God.
The more she jumps, the more Dilly just internally feels pleasure. Like,
And
Oh my God.
yeah, and the more more obvious it is that Gwynnie is completely trying to stop, don't, and just losing it completely.
Oh God. All right. Yeah. So with the perception rolls, we have Dilly at a 27. Very nice. We have Jethro at 12, Gwynnie at 20, and Taralynn at a whopping 4. So first of all, Taralynn, you are having quite possibly the most fun you've had in the past hour. This is the most wonderful thing you've experienced since you walked into that library tent. This circus is the best thing. You jump harder and higher, and you're like getting air. You are just loving life right now.
Oh, it's the best thing ever. It's even better than the one time.
For you, Taralynn, did you take your shoes off when you walked in? Was that even a thought? Are you wearing your shoes?
Oh, I am so wearing my shoes.
Okay.
And it's even got a little bit of dirt on it. Because, I was dusting my feet and the dirt there at the table, like kind of kicking up rock. So they're got a little bit of dirty mud on it. There's definitely powdery footprints at minimum.
Oh, and as you're jumping, because your footprints aren't fading right away, not only is there dirt on this beautiful, very expensive chair cushion, there are also just a million tiny little glowing footprints.
Oh my god, so basically she feels like it's a sign from God that this is the right place at the right time. She's going at the right ups. I've got the best ups right now.
Meta,
Yep.
how old is your character?
My character is about 27 years old.
Oh
my god.
Totally knows better. But the thing is,
you're the same age as Dilly then.
Yeah, she's an adult. She's full on responsible if she wanted to be, but
Okay.
Oh
I
no.
have to
We
say
wonder
it.
if she wants to be.
I have to say it, Meta, Taralynn and Dilly, just base personalities, are pretty much me and Alex. I am insane, and I am 30, and I'm like, oh my god, let's go to a Harry Potter festival. Let's dress up all the days. And Alex is like, I would prefer to discuss scientific things.
Absolutely.
Oh my god.
Oh, we would end up in jail so hard together.
Oh my god, one of these days, girl. One of these days.
Yeah.
The world is not ready for that.
Oh no, Alex and Dog can bond over bailing us out.
Oh my god.
All right,
I mean,
so there's
it
your
might be
question.
Alex bailing us all out. I don't know.
I know, Alex is. I feel like Alex and Wild would be.
Yeah, I think it's going to be wild bailing you all out.
And Alex will be at the front of the cell with his arms crossed, just shaking his head, I was guilty by association. I told them not to do it.
We're just all at separate jails.
Fuck.
Oh my god.
Oh Jesus! All right, so we covered the shitty 4 perception. You are jumping on a beautiful chair. That is.
She's oblivious to Gloria being there.
Oh, fuck yes, I am.
Oh yeah, she had with a level 4 perception. Yeah.
Dilly,
Oh my god, Dilly is.
You heard her before she even. Yeah, you heard her coming down the stairs before she emerged from the shadow on the stairs. You knew she was coming anyway.
Yeah, and I saw him hear her, so I know she's
Yep,
coming too.
exactly.
Yeah.
Gwynnie, you noticed his ears perk up. You noticed them flick back and kind of hone in on the stairs, and maybe even your eyes might have flicked towards the stairs, and you just kind of saw that shadow of her skirt right as she came into the light.
I was like, oh God, here we go.
And Jethro, as you're kind of just standing in the doorway looking around like, what is going on? This place is crazy. You see a very tall, very slim woman with almost like white skin, as though she has never seen sunlight. And her eyes are deep, deep pools of dark brown, almost black. And her hair is black, but it's pulled up in one of those kind of Victorian, like loose buns at the top of her head. And she almost is dressed Victorian, but her dress, every time she moves, the skirt of it seems to shift like a hologram from black to dark red to black again. And as she's coming down the stairs, she's only looking at you, Jethro. But she's speaking very clearly to Dilly. If you don't get her off my couch within the next 3 seconds, I cannot promise what will happen to her.
Bouncy, bouncy, bouncy.
Little one, please stop.
What? Oh my God, this is so fun. This is the best chair I've been.
Yes. Come along, please. Look at this lady.
Oh
There
my
you go.
God.
Check her out.
You are so beautiful.
And I will look just as smug as fuck at Gloria.
I'll be with you in a moment. And she's still looking at Jethro, and she reaches the bottom of the stairs and stops in front of him. And she looks him up and down and says, You stole fruit from my tree.
Stole? No. I did not steal. It asked for me to pick it. So I pluck it. That's all I did.
It
No stealing.
asked you to take fruit from it.
Joel said that he
It wanted
should
me to have some.
Oh, Gloria's gonna hold a hand up in front of Jethro's face to stop him from speaking. She's gonna look over at Gwynnie and say, Speak, what did Joel say?
Joel said that not only could he eat the fruit, but he could use the fruit to start a stall, a juice stall.
Joel did mention a juice stall. He failed to mention where the juice was coming from.
He wants to allow this person to make juice from the fruit.
Always someone else who's failing, it seems.
Dilly,
Yes.
did you get my gift?
Which one?
From
Meta.
Locke. The one from Locke.
Oh. Yes. And what was that again? Sorry.
No, you're fine. That was the wallet.
The wallet. Yes, I did.
Would you like me to take it back?
I mean, you do what you will.
Oh, you're impossible. Why are they here? In the circus, not at my home.
They're here because you asked them to be here. Why they're here in the circus? It's a circus. People come to the circus.
Why did you want them to join? I understand Joel. He's got a bleeding heart that's going to bleed until he dies. But why you two?
I like them. She's cute.
And finally, Gloria's actually going to give Taralynn a good once-over.
While everybody was talking, she kind of stepped back onto the chair, and she was just getting ready to start bouncing again. When she noticed that Gloria looks at her, and she's kind of like, You are so pretty, but you sound very mean. Are you always this much of a bitch? And why did you put your hand in my friend's face? He doesn't like you. Well, he might like you. You are very pretty. Jethro, do you like her?
I mean, I don't even know her. Yeah, she's pretty, but I don't know why you're bringing me into this.
Yeah, you're right.
I've been sleeping the entire time. You said I have a job now? How do I have a job?
No, you're the juice guy, remember? You're gonna make the juices, and then we're gonna get the money for your family, and then
Does your family need to be
Oh,
free?
yes. Let's remind
Do you own his family, lady?
What kind of absolute fucking psychopath have you brought into this circus? Honestly, Dippy, I know you like running pranks. I know you like a good joke. This is fucking retarded.
I didn't bring anything.
At this point in time,
But I would like to say I'm thoroughly entertained right now.
yeah, Gwynnie is in the corner just. She's doing that combination of terrified and hysterical where she's giggling, but it's her eyes are not laughing. They're terrified.
I'm gonna bounce like 2 or 3 times from the chair and try to jump as close to her as possible.
I really like your dress, and I heard so much about you. Will you sign my book?
And I'm gonna hold up the pencil that Jethro gave me, and I'm gonna just kind of give her a second to grab it, but if not, I'm just gonna release it, and I'm gonna start opening my book to the page so that she can sign it.
The moment you pull the book out, well, first of all, you just did like a springboard jump off of her chair.
Yes.
All right, just wanted to clarify that. She looks like she is smelling shit right in front of her. As you land, she looks like disgusted with your entire existence.
Yes. That's like my grandma.
And as you pull this book out, you're talking. Because of course you are. And you're talking about, oh, well, you signed my book. But the moment she sees the book that you have, she snatches it out of your hand and starts flipping frantically through it. And at the last page, what word would she say?
Death.
You fucking... He put this in there. You went to the library tent, didn't you? You you tiny little shit. And Joel put this book in there, and of course you're the one who found it because you're the most annoying tiny fucking creature I've ever met. Here, and she shoves it against your chest and like gives it back to you, and she's like, I'm not signing it. I'm not signing anything.
Why would you sign it? I like you. You're like the biggest star of the circus. Like, there's like stories about you forever and ever and ever.
There's this one lady, and she was like,
Marion, and that's you. Did you eat those kids' heads for real?
Oh my
I
god!
just take like 2 steps back, a little confused.
Yeah, and I feel like I'm trying to get over as close to Dilly as I possibly can, going, oh my god.
And Dilly has now started lounging on the nearest chase. Backwards, tail flickering upside down, head upside down, just staring and smiling. Fucking loving it.
I am your biggest fan. Where I come from,
He laughs
like,
at this comment.
I wanted to grow up and be like you. Please sign my book.
Roll persuasion.
Yeah, seriously, roll persuasion at disadvantage. Because Gloria already fucking hates you.
She was undecidedly going to hate her anyway.
Oh, undecidedly, but like, she jumped on her fucking furniture.
12.
12?
Oh my god.
Oh,
We're lucky because that 19 railed across their leg.
She might think you're kind of cute at this point with 12. I don't know.
So with a 12, Gloria's
I love
gonna
it.
kind of narrow her eyes down at Taralynn, and she'll say, if I sign your book, you'll shut the fuck up until I'm done talking to those two? And she points a finger at Dilly and Gwynnie.
Oh god. This is great.
Okay. Do I have to be totally quiet, or do I just have to be quiet to you?
If you could stop breathing the entirety of my conversation, that would be preferable. But really, it's just not talking.
Okay, I will try to hold my breath.
Good girl. And she'll take the book and open it to like some random middle page and just sign "fuck you, heart, Gloria."
Meta.
Yeah.
Did Tabaxi's purr?
I mean, that's up to you. Did
They
your
so do.
Tabaxi purr?
Absolutely. He absolutely has this deep, rumbling purr that you can almost feel in your chest.
So she's gonna grab the book and be like, and then she's gonna just start going through all of the pages real quick to try to find the signature.
Oh,
Is she gonna go to the back, like to the end of the book?
You know what? Because of how backwards she is, I think that she's holding the book upside down, so I think that she would start there.
Alright, so in that case, the last page no longer says sacrifice. It says unrequited.
She's just gonna kind of like raise her lip up, like, the fuck? And then she's gonna keep looking and find it, and she's gonna notice that it's upside down, but she's just gonna kind of be like, and then take a really deep breath, and she's gonna try to hold her breath for the entire conversation.
that's one.
Gloria's gonna kind of look over at her when she hears this big intake of breath, and she's gonna raise an eyebrow like, oh, she's really gonna do it. And Gloria's going to just sort of very deliberately ignore her. She's gonna look over at Gwynnie and Dilly and point.
And Gwynnie's eyes are going from Tara to Gloria to Dilly to Jethro to Tara to Gloria to Dilly to Jethro to Tara to. I'm just she's in a loop right now.
And Gloria's gonna look at Dilly and Gwynnie and point at Jethro. Juice bar, whatever. I'll deal with him regarding the rules and the harvesting of my tree's fruits. You two.
Yes.
Why that one? And then she points with her other hand at Taralynn. Why
Did you
that
ever
one,
stop to
first of
think
all?
that maybe fate chose her?
Fate?
Fate.
Dilly.
I do not know her. She
No.
was just here. Your tree maybe beckoned her presence to annoy you. Yes?
No, Dilly, the only thing that was beckoned to annoy me was you. And of course, Gwynnie.
And job well done then, I hope.
Speaking of Gwynnie, shut up, Dilly. Gwynnie, darling, my dear, sweet girl.
Yes, dear.
I can only assume you did ask Joel to help you attune your corset?
I asked him if he could help me. Yes. He told me that I had to speak with you, and there hasn't been a moment to do so. And this doesn't seem to be the moment either. But yes, I did ask him.
And Gloria's gonna kind of chuckle, but it's not like an amused chuckle. It's a very condescending, like, of course you did, darling. Here, and she's gonna pull a little folded note out of, her petticoat and hand it over. Those are the instructions. It will take you most of tomorrow afternoon.
Oh, all right. Thank you. Thank you for the corset as well.
I didn't want to give it to you. Joel told me I had to give you both something. I would have preferred to simply... You're not my student. I don't care. Whatever. Anyway, I don't have a use for it anymore. It's a hand-me-down, not a gift.
Oh, well. In that case, thank you for repurposing it with me.
And Gloria just... there's a sneer there. It's obvious to anyone who's looking at her face because she knows you're trying to kill her with kindness.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Gwynnie does not care. She refuses to be... she's intimidated and terrified of Gloria, but she also refuses to kowtow.
And Gloria's not allowed to hit the children per Joel's rules, so she really can't do much other than just... So she's...
So we're in a mutual state.
yeah. Neither one of us can come to blows, so we're just going hardcore mean girl.
Yeah, both of us at each other.
Well, Dilly's taken full advantage of that over the years, I'm sure.
Oh, I'm sure.
Just complete mean girl all the time between us.
But how the fuck did he take her taste? Dang it.
Oh.
See, that's why he took such offense to the mom comment.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Gloria's not good mom material at all.
Yeah, no.
But she has really good taste.
She has such good taste. Like, if anything, it's nature versus nurture with Dilly, specifically. Like, nurture is really just good fashion sense. That's what he got from Gloria.
Well, and homicidal lethality.
Oh, yeah, and how to do it well.
Yeah.
So Gloria's going to turn away from Gwynnie at that point. She has what she needs to attune, so now I did what Joel asked. All right, you. And now she's purely focused on Jethro. You're human.
No.
Your only flaw, as far as I'm
Indeed.
concerned.
What are you talking about?
Oh, don't. He's racist. It's fine. Anyway. You're human. That's boring. What else do you do? Aside from stealing fruits to make hallucinogenic juices.
Oh, me, I'm just a trader. That's all I do.
You're not just a trader. What do you trade? Why do they want you? Why do they find you so interesting?
I trade silk, you know.
What kind of silk?
Oh, spider silk. I turn into a spider and I go into the caves and I take it out and then, you know, my people weave it into different things, whether it be, you know, blankets or cloaks or underwear. Oh, silk underwear. There's no chafing.
All right.
It is
so
fantastic.
you
Okay.
turn into a spider
Yes.
and you steal spider silk.
Yes. Is that a question?
No. It's
You
not.
milk anything with
I'm
nipples.
repeating what you've just said so that I can make sure I got it right. You're a druid.
Yeah, so some say so.
Is that why we're building a fucking treehouse? And she's looking now at Dilly and Taralynn because she knows Taralynn asked, but Dilly, to her, Dilly is the only one worth actually addressing.
That was my idea. He was a squirrel, so like, you know, squirrels live in trees, and a treehouse would be great. Huh, Mr. Kitty?
Thanks.
Mr. Kitty. Yes, and your best friend approved of the treehouse, so what are you looking at me for?
Oh, don't be daft. You know he's not my best friend. We're business partners. And
Right.
Dilly,
Yes.
let's not today, right?
Right.
Right.
We don't.
All
Right.
Okay, good.
No.
Druid, come here.
Okay. I'll follow you. What do you want?
I just want you to stand directly in front of me and I want to look at your face.
Do you like what you see?
Absolutely not. Stop talking to me. And she's just going to stare very intently at Jethro. And I can only assume, because of that cocky comment, that Jethro's just fucking smiling at her too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she's
I know what you like.
Jethro very intent. No, did he just say that out loud?
No.
No, you do.
Repeat that.
Oh no. There's no take backsies.
Please repeat what you said.
I
Please.
know what you like.
Oh, I love it. Billy is. Oh, God.
Oh my god.
And
I mean, I think that at this point in time, even Gwynnie is like snickering.
His like back feet are in the air, but his front side is rolled over. You know how cats can do.
oh my god.
And his chin is just on his hand.
He's just a slinky, smug noodle.
Yeah. All 6'5" of him.
And
Something like that.
Gloria sort of recoils when Jethro says that, and she upper curl of the lip, that just total disgust. Oh Lord. Oh, ugh. No.
Nice try, Jethro, but sadly all those bits are probably broken by now.
I swear to
Oh my God.
God, Dilly.
Oh my god, did you just tell my friend Jethro that you, don't like him? She is not better than you, Jethro. With her... Did you say her vagina was broken?
Did I
No.
you could speak, tiny thing?
But you said that I could only not speak while they was talking to them. You didn't say while you was talking to my friend Jethro. And
She has a point.
his Jethro is awesome, and you don't know what you're missing, lady.
You do make a cute couple.
Gloria is kind of like staring, like she's got 1,000-mile stare. She's staring through everything.
Gwynnie at this point in time is probably eating her knuckle on her hand, just kind of biting back, cracking up, just absolutely losing her shit as quietly as possible.
I'm just trying to take an inch at a time, step behind as this is happening.
I want to kind of grab your side of your clothes and Jethro, it's okay. You don't need to break for moms. You can't have him, lady. You already are a bad mom to these two guys.
And every single candle goes out. And all you hear is a very low, it's Gloria's voice, but it's not really Gloria's voice anymore.
What the fuck did you do?
Get the fuck out!
Oh, let's go. Come on, time to go, ladies. Time to go. Time to go, gentlemen.
Over.
Party over.
The doorway that you came into is glowing, but it is not glowing with that cheery golden light. It is glowing with something that looks like it might burn if you walk into it, but she's still saying, out now!
Let's go.
She's prevented from hurting me, but she's not prevented from hurting you. Let's go.
Yeah, come on.
Bye, I love you, bye.
I love you, bye.
I love you, lady. Bye-bye.
Yeah, see, and it's the opposite. Like, don't you dare fucking call me mom. You call me lady.
Yeah.
Oh my god, low-key Animaniacs.
Absolutely.
Jethro, come along. Bye-bye, mommy dearest.
Yes, I'm shuffling up.
Out.
I pick up my space. I'm now running out.
And now, once they all kind of pile into the elevator.
As I'm leaving, I'm kind of scooping them all along. I'm going to say to Jethro, come along and look at Gloria. I'm going to show you to your new quarters. And I just turn my back.
New quarters?
Well, yes, you'll be provided living quarters for as long as you're here.
Oh, that's really nice to do for a guest.
Yes, guest.
Now we can go juice the juices.
So Gloria was next.
Yeah, once you guys are all actually in the elevator, that weird red light doesn't leave, but you, for the first time, at least for Dilly and Gwynnie, for the first time since you've entered that elevator, you feel it moving. And it's everyone feels this, but you guys know that this is not normal. It's dropping. You feel it dropping at a fast speed, and it just stops at a very sudden jolt that kind of... Everyone roll dexterity for me.
Dexterity save.
Dexterity save.
All right.
Is that different than just rolling dexterity?
Yep, on your sheet.
Yeah. Well, the difference would be straight dexterity, which is in your abilities at the top of your character sheet.
Uh-huh.
And just below that, in the tiny square, you'll see it says saving throws.
And that's what we're doing? The saving throw one?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool.
So, Dilly, you're the only one who actually stays on your feet when it comes to, just a sudden stop. And
can I make a roll to try to help someone stay on their feet?
Yeah, go for it.
Sleight of hand, maybe? Or
I would say
acrobatics?
Go for a strength roll.
Strength, cool.
And who are you specifically looking to help?
I mean, the only one I could probably immediately reach would be probably Jethro, because, immediately just reach out and be able to help.
Yeah, because you were...
Otherwise, I'd have to,
him
duck.
when you guys came in.
and I'm 6'7", and Gwynnie's not even close to that.
Mm-mm.
All right, yeah, no. So you kind of like try to grab Jethro's like upper arm right behind his elbow, but he just sort of, as it slams to a stop, he kind of loses his footing and falls back, and you're already trying to keep yourself sturdy, and you just lose grasp of him, and he falls straight on his back. Unfortunately, Jethro, you have the wind knocked out of you. You're yeah, that. Gwynnie, you with a 10, you're actually kind of, since you're squat, you're already pretty low to the ground anyway. You managed to do like a good save in terms of it hits and you brace yourself with your knees, but then you just fall really hard on your butt and your tailbone is a aching.
But I'm still laughing because the moment we exited Gloria's chambers, I'm doubled over, hysterically stumbling, laughing to the point where I can't see where I'm going, and that probably contributed to the fact that I fell over inside the elevator because I am still rolling on the floor saying, "Ow!" just laughing my ass off.
Oh, yeah.
Holding my side, pissing my pants, laughing.
and Taralynn, with that 5 save, Gwynnie, she squats, she butt plants, and then she's rolling. And she's like a log that just hits your shins. And you fall on top of her as this thing comes to a stop. And you just kind of hit your shoulder really hard, but you're also like a weird like slug person, like just like laid over Gwynnie. And Gwynnie's laughing, and you might be not laughing, I'm not sure. Jethro, you're and Dilly, you're just sort of like, oh my god, I am surrounded by idiots.
Yes, and also really pissed her off this time, didn't we?
Oh God! Did you see your face? Oh my God! Oh God!
I love it. Gwynnie's really laughing her ass off, isn't she?
Did you see my grandma?
Billy, did you see her? Did you tell her?
Every minute. It was delicious.
And since the elevator has come to a complete stop at this point, the door and the interior start to take on that golden glow now.
Oh Lord.
And
Mama, why are you laughing?
oh my god.
Why are you laughing? Oh God. I love that kid.
Oh my god.
What?
Hold on, I need some of
Why are
that.
you laughing?
Is that a joke?
I need that.
Is that a joke?
It was a joke, buddy. Yes.
Let me tell you a joke.
Okay, you could tell me a joke.
Oh yes.
What's
Yes.
your favorite pet?
What's your favorite pet?
A sausage dog!
Oh, a sausage dog?
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Okay.
Tell me one.
All right.
What's your favorite dog?
Tell me a joke.
I don't know a joke. You tell me.
A knock-knock joke.
A knock-knock joke? What's a knock-knock joke?
A type of joke that you say knock-knock.
A knock-knock? Who's there?
Knock-knock joke.
Oh my god. You gotta go with the impatient cow. Grandma,
Who's there?
why are you laughing?
Why are you laughing?
Emmett.
Hey,
He sounds like the Inquisitor. Like, why? Why is there happiness here? I love him
Yeah,
so much.
I know.
Comes in like, interrogation time, Grandma.
Go in the other room now, okay?
Why are you laughing, Grandma?
Comes in. What's going on?
Funny? I would like to be in on that joke, Grandma.
Grandma needs the Oscar now for laughing.
Dude, Alex legit, while you were going through that, he just messaged me. He was like, oh my god, I fucking love her laugh. That was the key. Oh my god, yeah, no, like, I had to mute myself because it was contagious as fuck. It took me about 5 solid seconds to realize, like, oh shit, she's charactering this. She's not actually. Oh my god.
Right?
Oh. Yeah, that laugh is so similar to us Breaking Wild laugh.
Yeah, well, yeah, it kind of was. Oh.
And we win again. Good job.
Yeah.
All right. Hold on a second.
Oh, wow.
Oh boy.
And then
and
then Nathaniel breaks everybody.
Nathaniel breaks me all the time. Oh my god, our last session ended literally with, I said good day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you ever make the remix? I say
Not
good day.
yet, but I'm about to, yo. All I need is like a non-copyright techno background song.
Oh my god.
I can just, I said good day.
Oh my god.
It's free, ain't it?
Huh?
Good day for what?
Oh my god, good day for what? Oh,
Good day for
Jesus.
what?
Welcome, good day
I
style.
said good day. Good day.
Oh.
Good day. Good day for what?
Oh my god, guys, no.
Oh my god.
You stop
How
that
dare you
musical episode.
offer me?
And scene.
Who are you to offer a good day anyway?
Oh, Jesus, okay.
The audacity. Handing out good days.
God damn it, Dilly, stop it.
All right. So we did the next thing. Now, okay, yep, you did your strength. All right. So as the elevator has come to a very not gentle stop, the light inside goes from red to that normal golden glow, and so does that doorway. And as it fades, you're met with Bitsy. And Bitsy, oddly, has her arms folded across her chest, which, Gwynnie and Dilly, you know that this only happens when either Joel or Gloria is pissed off. Bitsy has never been upset with you. Bitsy's really never been upset with anybody. She channels the emotions of Joel and Gloria.
Do we recognize this body language? Can we determine?
Oh, 100%. She only crosses her arms when
I feel like she's Joel.
or Gloria are channeling her to send a message. And so as that door fades,
okay.
You see Bitsy with her arms crossed, and she's just kind of giving you all a very narrow look.
Well,
I'm gonna hide behind Jethro.
You're all hiding behind Dilly.
rock, paper, scissors, Daly?
I'm not afraid.
All right.
Whatever's gonna happen here.
All right. If you can, I can.
What I meant is, like, can we tell by the way the arms are crossed which is which?
No.
By that? Okay. So we have to kind of wait till it
Bitsy
talks.
doesn't have a whole lot going for her in the way of body language. It's really
Body language, I
crossed
understand.
arms.
Right.
I have a question. Who the fuck is Bitsy?
What is she? You say what is she?
What the fuck is Bitsy?
All right. Okay, come with me. And I'll just walk forward directly to her with Jethro in tow and say, okay, Bitsy, this is Jethro. Jethro, this is Bitsy. Only right now you're not talking to Bitsy. You're talking to whoever's trying to talk through Bitsy. And I'm not sure whether it's Joel or Gloria, but we'll find out who it is. So, hello, whoever it is. Who? What do you want?
And you hear Gloria's voice. At this point, everyone recognizes it. Take the druid to Lock.
Okay.
Bitsy will accompany you, and Joel will meet you shortly. And then all of a sudden, Bitsy's arms uncross, and she kind of like shakes her shoulders a little bit. And Bitsy, again, is a little bit more animated than the rest of the marionettes, and she sort of smiles, and her eyes get a little more soft, and as she, looks at Dilly and Gwynnie and the newcomers, and oh, well, I've already met you, Miss Taralynn. Who are you, sir? And she's looking at Jethro.
And now, Jethro, now you meet Bitsy. Bitsy, this is Jethro. Jethro, this is Bitsy.
My name's Jethro. What'd you like to know?
Oh, absolutely nothing. I'm just going to take you to see Locke. From what I've gathered, Gloria has given you something.
What do you mean she gave me something?
I don't know. It might be bad. Gloria's not a very nice person.
Let's go see Locke and see what it is.
Follow me,
Oh.
children. And she just sort of like strides ahead of you.
Jethro, you're gonna love Locke.
I'll be right there. I'm going to go get Locke a trinket I had for him, and I'm going to run down to my tent and then run right back up.
Oh, for a second I was afraid that Locke was actually just a euphemism for imprisonment, but... Okay.
He put No Bird into this purse, and I'm gonna show him my, cuckoo purse.
Person is subjective.
And if I say certain words, he goes mad. Like, Mr. No Bird, this is my friend Jethro. And then he starts screaming.
Yep, you said friend. The next 30 seconds is filled with just the most ear-splitting cacophony of bird noise you've ever heard. It's like a bird being punched over and over again right in the diaphragm.
What the fuck is this? What the fuck are you doing? Why is this happening?
And I come running back up the stairs, and just as the thing stops, because it doesn't take very long for it to stop, and it's like, oh, you said it again, didn't you?
I was introducing him. Hey,
Listen,
look,
do not use the F word.
which F word?
Oh my
Any
goodness,
F word.
I love that we've established a new F word in this game.
And that it's friend.
And it's like the nicest F word one could ever imagine.
Do you mean that I can't use the word Jethro no more? That would make
Using
me
the word
sad.
Jethro would be best.
Yeah,
That's not what it's set to.
Jethro's my best friend.
Oh,
No, stop saying that word.
if you say that word again,
And since
No.
you guys have been walking...
I'm so sorry, folks.
Locke,
If you say the word friend again, I will.
and since you guys have been actually like walking towards Locke's shack this whole time, you see him running through the ribbon curtains, and he's running towards you, waving his wing arms, and his hands are in fists, and he's just squawking at you. What the fuck are you doing? Stop saying the F word!
And then fix the toy.
You're the one who set the parameters for it.
Oh, well, tell me how to fix it.
Well, you can just ask it to change the word.
Okay, I'll do that.
You
But here,
and the little one.
wait, just a minute.
What?
Okay,
All of
just a
us?
minute. No, just a minute. Locke, here, I have something for you, and then you'll have to do whatever Gloria told you to do. But here, peace offering, okay? And I will hand him a copper origami crane. It's made out of folded copper foil.
Oh, lass, while I appreciate, and I'm going to keep it. Oh, it's beautiful. And he's like actively like petting it while he's talking to you now. I'm going to keep this because I appreciate it. But truly, I don't understand.
I don't know what either. Gloria said bring them here. We're bringing them here. Be kind to them, and I'll try and fix this bird.
I mean, I'll be kind to the little one. She's cute. But also, we've already told you not to say the F word. Gwynnie, little one, if you want to change the alarm word, you both have to do it. You both
All right,
have to
Tara,
agree
Tara.
on a new word.
Come with me,
You just
Tara.
have to turn it off and turn it on.
No, you know, it has an alarm word. It's going to go off, and if we don't select one, it will select it by itself. So let's
We need
figure out a
hard
word.
one.
Yes, come
Yes,
with me, and
please.
you and I will figure out a word while he's talking to
Please.
Jethro.
Pick something like Googly
Gloria?
Bob Googly Fuck.
In the meantime, you, new lad.
Kill me.
Oh,
He's sharp as a tack.
alright. How about this? Gloria told me to give you a thing. I don't understand why, seeing as you're very new.
Okay.
Hold on one moment. And in the meantime, Dilly, can you roll me a perception check?
Sure. 14, passes of 18, if it matters.
Ooh, okay, so... Oh, perfect. You said your passive is 18?
Yes,
Oh, lovely. Alright, so where is your newly acquired button located? Are you still holding it? Is it in a pocket? Did you already sew it on?
I imagine I probably would have sewn it on to my cloak by now, or, well, no, I just have it in a pocket. I don't think I've come to the point where I've started sewing buttons onto.
Can I meta something real quick? Like
Yeah, let's go.
Sure.
last session, you were rolling it between your fingers, like the
Mhm.
Yeah, that's why I was asking. Like,
yeah.
So it would probably be in a pocket.
Okay. Alright, so in that case, whatever pocket it's in, you feel it's almost like a moth or a bug with wings that's like beating furiously inside your pocket trying to find its way out.
Oh,
And it only happens for about 3 seconds, 3 to 5 seconds, and then it stops.
all right. I will pull the button out and take a look at it.
And I'm actually not going to ask you to roll anything for me. When you're looking at this button, are you just examining it? How are you looking at it? Because you know it just did something. And since you haven't actually started sewing buttons on, I guess a quick meta question would be, how many buttons would you say you have so far?
I was thinking of that. 9, Paula says. Why would I have 9? I would say not very many. It's not like it happens every week. You know, I don't know. It'd have to be a special sort of shit person who'd really have the intention on doing that too at this point. So I don't know. Give me a dice to roll. I'll roll something and that'll be how many buttons he has.
Yeah, kind of is based on how long we've been with the circus at this point type
Right.
situation.
Sure.
Okay, so let's go with 2d6.
Oh shit. All right. Well, I had 3 buttons, so this could be the 4th one.
Alright, so while you're looking at this button, in between, you know, your 2 or 3 fingers, or however you're holding it, if you're holding it in your palm, whatever part of that button is making contact with your skin starts to feel outside of yourself, as though it's not really part of you anymore. It is detaching from you. Almost numb, but numb wouldn't be the right word. It's more like wherever the button is touching your skin, that part of your skin and the button are in a space of their own now.
Would I find it painful or alarming?
It's not painful, but you absolutely might find it alarming. That's totally up to you.
I think I'd find it more curious and interesting if it didn't cause me immediate harm. Interesting.
Yeah, no, it's not causing pain. It's not causing you harm.
This has not happened before.
Do you want to go ahead and roll either insight or...
I was just saying, I need to roll something to see.
Depending on which one you want to choose, whatever works best for you, insight or perception.
Well, they're both the same plus. I'll just roll one. There we go. Insight. 14 again.
So you don't...
And my passive insight's also 18.
So between those two, you don't actually see anything in the button. And do you want to describe this particular button?
It's a button I took from Kevin. So all the victims...
So it didn't actually come out of the jar of buttons that Gloria gave you.
None of my victims' soul buttons have come from the jar.
Oh ho ho.
The buttons are a token of the victim.
Okay, I'm gonna want to meta some shit with you later then. But I love that.
I mean,
if you
there could be a few from the jar.
Well, here's my thing. So I think the jar was more meant to be a training tool. So here are the buttons. Here's how you use them. So if that's the case, if he's only had X amount of human victims, then it would probably be safe to say that he's had practice with others. so that he knows
Sure.
how to use those buttons. Not necessarily human, but whatever they might have come across.
I mean, who knows what fucked up thing he's
I
done
would
with
like to
Gloria,
add-
so.
Also, that maybe you use the dagger to cut the button off at the same
Mhm.
time that the soul enters the body,
Well,
or shortly before.
well, anyway, so the buttons I acquire from the victim
Is there a button?
is their button.
Okay. All right, so in that sense, with that 14, you don't, as you're looking at this button, you don't see anything, but you still feel that weird sense of detachment but connectivity between your fingers and the button.
Hmm.
And you're hearing something. Not really hearing with your ears, but it's almost like a ringing in your head. And after a moment, you realize it's Kevin's voice.
I'm just gonna grasp it in my hand tightly.
Yeah, you're not really hearing any particular phrases. You might catch a word here or there. Please. Sorry. Repent. But you're not hearing any real sentences, anything substantial.
Oh. I feel like if I determined those were the words, he really would feel a certain sense of gratification, because it would tell him that what he intended for that button to be for these people in him is working.
Okay.
We've never meted this, so
No, I'm loving it. Go with it. Go with what feels
So-
right.
meta. My idea for Dilly putting these souls in the buttons were those particular ones who were particularly bad to
Right.
him or other children.
Very Dexter-esh.
Very much so. So the button represents a hell to the person in it that would be doing to them what they did to others over and over again.
Oh, okay, yeah. So in that
Ooh.
sense, Dilly is definitely hearing, again, not full sentences, but the tone is begging.
So
Please.
all the shit things Kevin's done to anybody, and all their different variances is being done to him.
Well, and we know Dilly did receive certain items from Kevin that suggested that maybe Kevin wasn't doing unto others what he would like to done unto himself.
Hmm.
So yeah, makes sense.
Sweet.
All right. Well, Locke just came running out. He's freaking out. He just told Gwynnie and Taralynn how to, change the bird to, have a new safe word.
Right. And so Taralynn and I are going to get together on that after we play out whatever it is with Locke.
Perfect. All right. In the meantime, Locke is speaking with Jethro, and he's saying, all right, boy. I suppose you're the newest edition. We've gotten a lot of those tonight. And he kind of gives a side eye to Dilly and Gwynnie, like, why do you keep bringing people in to take my shit?
Oh, again, Master Locke, we didn't bring them. They just arrived.
And you were given shit.
And Locke rolls his big magpie eyes and clicks his beak a couple of times.
And since we're the only ones around here to seem to age, I guess we're their caretakers.
Ooh, Dilly. Hold on, I need to roll something. And by the way, for my NPCs, I've been rolling, I've been doing in-person rolls just because it's...
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Okay. I will never, ever fuck a roll or fudge a roll. I hope I have given so many expositions in chats about my feelings on that. I hope you guys understand that.
Oh my God.
Bullshit about rolls.
I never even thought you would, sweetheart.
Okay.
I know that you feel about rolls the same exact way I do, that the worse the roll is, sometimes the better it is for the fucking game.
I'm sorry, this entire game is based on fucking rolls. Why would you fuck that shit up?
Exactly.
Speaking of rolls, can I request that the DM does my death saves? Because I'd like to find out when everybody else does if I die or not.
Oh yeah, I second that 100%. Yeah. Should I need a death save? Should I need a death save? Please roll it for me.
When you die, which is when you hit 0 hit points, you go to death saves. If you fail,
you get like 3 rolls or whatnot.
Yeah.
But if you fail 3 in a row, you're dead. Or 3.
But you
top.
guys
But was she asking not to see that until
go until you die?
Yeah,
So
exactly.
Typically, you make the roll yourself, but she's saying, "Let's do it."
Yeah, because I mean that's basically how it is. You know, if you're getting fucking, if you get knocked out in real life, like you ain't making the death save. You're either gonna wake up or you ain't. So like that's what I want to know. Like I want to know when you know that I'm dead. We're dead. Fuck. Aww.
Especially
I
if
like the
you're
RPing of that, but
yeah.
Alex,
I'm not an RPer. I'm a strategy guy.
Oh, but Alex can already tell you right now, if I'm the one in charge of like dealing that information, 100% you guys will know, because if someone fails like 2 out of 3, I'm just gonna start like, and so like, okay, someone, you have to roll for an attack. Everything's fine.
You know, it's funny you say that because we did role play a death of one of my characters. It was
when the gods weep.
It was rather emotional. Like, oh god,
no, triggering all over the place too. Just,
and we literally planned this out. Well, Wild and I did, but when we actually did it, it was like,
oh, it was great. It was good for Matthew too, because you know he's a young man and really doesn't have death in his life, so it was neat for him to sit here and open up, and we're all looking at each other.
I mean, I literally had to take a moment, like, okay, I'll be right back.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like we mourned a pretend person. It was great.
Anywho,
Locke kind of holds his hands up in like the universal sign for surrender, please don't shoot, like Jesus effing Christ, you're insane. But he's doing it towards Taralynn, and he goes, darling, don't say the F word again until you get the new word figured out. Make sure it's something that you don't say all the time, because it seems like you have a lot of F words, if you get my drift. Don't fucking say it. You, and he points at Jethro. Come with me.
Me?
Got. Yes, you.
Okay.
And he brings Jethro into the back, and he kind of like waves his wing in a gesture that Gwynnie and Dilly you recognize as like, come if you please, I don't care, you're gonna come if you want anyway. I have to, this is a shop, it's not my collection apparently.
That bird can fly if you pull its tail.
Which bird?
The bird I just gave you.
I don't want to pull a bird's tail. What's wrong with you, lass? If it doesn't want to fly, it won't fly.
It will fly if you pull its tail.
Will you fly if I pull your beard?
No, I'll hit you.
Well, that bird might hit me if I pull its tail.
It's a toy, Locke. It's a toy.
You don't know how much spirit toys might have in them.
All right, fine.
Respect the bird.
Fine, respect the bird if you want. Pull its tail if you want. It's your bird.
And Locke very, like, openly and deliberately sets it on, like, a prominent shelf. Like, I'm never going to pull its tail. It's a bird. You're a bitch.
And at this point in time, Gwynnie's just standing there with her thumb and forefinger pinching the bridge of her nose, just shaking her head like, oh my fucking god.
Poor Gwynnie, man. Meanwhile, Locke goes, back behind his counter, and he disappears, in the midst of all of his shelves and his cabinets and stuff, and finally he reemerges with a very conspicuously green bag. And like it's lime
like bright green?
Like bright green. Like it is lime motherfucking green. Like
Hunter orange, but green.
Like, to the point where you would have to go to a very tropical place
Do that one.
and very deep into the
boy.
forest for it to blend in properly.
Oh, wow.
Beautiful. Okay.
Just neon green. And he says, all right, so, hold on. She gave me something. And he reaches under his desk and he's rifling around and he pulls out a little tiny piece of parchment and he holds it up in front of his beak, but like really like halfway over his beak because he's getting bad on eyesight, but he refuses to get glasses. And he's reading and he says, this is from Gloria and it says that it's your droid's bag. If you're gonna go inside, make sure that it's in a safe place or with a person you trust. And also, apparently, if you leave the lid open, any manner of thing could get inside. So you close it behind you. I don't know what it means, but here you go.
I reach my hands up and I take it with caution, because it's kind of strange. And I just take it and I look at it.
Locke very unceremonious. Like, as you reach your hands out, he kind of like holds it above your hands, like a foot above your hands, and just drops it into them. Like, no, I don't think it's fragile. You just have to be careful once you're in it. I don't think there's anyone in it. She told me it was empty. And as he says that, like, you can kind of see his eyes widen a little, like, oh Lord, I listened to Gloria. It might not be empty.
Okay, so
Fuck, it might not be empty.
at that point, the first thing I kind of do is look in the pockets. I don't see anything, but I look in the pocket and I don't see anything. I turn it upside down and maybe give it a little shake.
No, boy, what the fuck are you doing? Stop.
What? Am I not supposed to do that?
And as he turns it upside down, Locke, like, very deftly reaches, like, kind of sweeps one wing under it to make sure that the lid doesn't fall. And he waits until Jethro has turned it right side up and says, read the rest of the note that Gloria left, and also, maybe, don't turn it upside down.
Okay. Where's the note that she left?
And Locke hands him the note that he was reading from, and you realize that, like, this note has, like, 5 paragraphs. And what Locke said was the equivalent of, like, 4 sentences. This thing that he just handed you is, like, a start-to-finish guide on how to use this bag, and Locke just gave you, like, the bare minimum information. Because
I knew there'd more. Gloria likes nothing more than long-winded letters.
Get out of my shop, please. I have nothing left for you. Unless you want to buy something. Do you guys want anything?
You don't have anything useful, do you?
I mean, you could...
I'm curious as to what you got.
What can I eat?
What type of wares do you have?
I will.
Oh, hold on, let me put... And Locke, like, rolls his eyes, and he kind of looks at Gwynnie, and he looks at Dylan, and he says, no, I'm not a shop. Why do you keep bringing the new ones here? Fine.
Wait, no, Locke, now, you owe us an apology. We were told to bring them here by Gloria in no uncertain terms. And you know that had we not brought them here after she told us to do so, that all of us would be in Dutch. You know this. I don't need to tell you this.
Fine.
So now, what do you say?
I say... And then he goes, that's my language for I'm sorry, I suppose.
Yeah, that's your language for fuck off. I know better. But that's okay. We love you too. And I'll just go ahead and take Taralynn by the hand and exit the shop.
Taralynn, are you
you
allowing
ate them all.
yourself to exit the shop with Gwynnie?
Gwynnie, I want to buy something. So, I'm going to kind of go out with her, but then I'm going to run right back in.
Okay, so
keeping her holding the chicken bag.
So to be very clear, Gwynnie is leading Taralynn out. Did you guys make it through the door? Or did Taralynn kind of like get to the door and say, "Oh wait, I want to run back"?
Yeah,
Taralynn.
Right up to about the threshold, and I'm gonna turn back and I'm gonna run to Locke and see what he's got.
All right, and Gwynnie,
Big-eyed.
you continuing after?
I'm just standing in the doorway.
Okay.
Yeah. Holding onto the Charlie.
Alrighty. Okay, now who all is going to Locke to try to figure out what he has?
I assume to see what he has.
Okay, so let me see.
I don't know who else is coming. Because he just gave me the pack. And I got some coins to spend.
We still have some cookies. Would you
I
like to go out
thankfully
and have a
Taralynn
cookie?
gave
Have
me
a cookie?
3 coins.
Alright, so overall, the
What,
I'm
Charlie?
gonna copy and paste the items that are in. Well, here, I'll just name them really quick. So, Locke's Lost and Found. If you want to, like, if you're just asking flat out, like, what's for sale, Locke? He'll show you dozens of buttons, all in shapes and size, like, every shape and size. No two of them match. He also is selling 1 common potion of healing, a jar of fingernail clippings, 4 empty beer bottles, an alchemy jug with what appears to be tar, like about an inch of tar on the bottom, but he cannot tell you what that substance is. It looks like tar. He doesn't know if it is. There is 1 pair of high-heeled boots. One of the boots has a heel missing. There's also the disembodied arm of an unknown creature. It has 5 fingers and a hand and what appears to, be something leading up to an elbow, but although it looks humanoid, it's odd.
Grandma. Oh, it's so good.
So it's the hand and the wrist almost up to the elbow?
Yep.
Okay, I would like that if I could have that, please.
Oh, Gwynnie wants that.
How much do I need to pay that for that?
Gwynnie,
I have a purpose. I have a purpose for that.
did Gwynnie already give... Oh yeah, she already did give him his bird. Okay. So in that case, honestly, Locke will say, "All right, Gwynnie, you gave me the bird. You gave me that cute little tentacle. Like the sexy little tentacle thing you gave me the other day. That was, well, earlier today, really, but it was still very cute.
Mm-hmm.
You can have
Don't I always find the best things for you?
Consider it a fair trade.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
And if this works, I'll show you how it works and you one of the uses, okay?
I honestly thought you were going to eat it.
No. Have you heard of such a thing as a hand of glory?
I've heard of a glory hole, my love.
No, darling. This is a hand of glory, and I think with a little bit of
on the
help.
other side of a glory hole.
That's maybe, but I think with a little help, I might be able to make one.
Oh, Gwynnie, you're a little bit too young, but I suppose I'm not your parent, and I can't tell you what's good.
You are being recorded.
Yeah. This is an adult channel. Keep your children away.
So I would like to buy the empty bottles from a. Yes.
Put it on the shelf, buddy.
Apparently, I'm making a juice stand.
All right.
So-
In that case, do you have 1 silver piece? It's just glass, my
silver?
lad.
Are you okay?
You want a silver for your
Yeah.
Empty bottle.
Yeah, I got one soda. I can give that to you.
Lad, hold on.
No,
Oh,
don't
God.
listen to Dilly. Dilly.
You are overcharging for bottles. A new low, Lock. A new low.
Is he part of the circus?
Yes.
Oh, and you see that Locke kind of, like, he spreads his wings and does like a bow that is almost apologetic, and he says, I'm so sorry. What was your name?
My name's Jethro.
I'm so sorry, Jethro. These two don't tell me shit. So I had no idea. You sounded like a countryman, but I figured you were just a tourist, so I was going to charge you. I'm so sorry.
Wait a minute.
If you need... What, Dilly? What?
Dear Locke, is Gloria just going to give some person a gift?
A person? What?
Indeed, you're more than just your ordinary human, apparently.
Are you better now?
I mean, she gave you two gifts, and she didn't even like you. She didn't even want you here, so I don't know.
And we are a part of the what?
Now you are, but when she originally gave you your gifts, she was kind of hoping they would kill you.
Well, that didn't happen. Now you have the pleasure.
She gave you an endless spool of thread that belonged to a demon. What did you do with it? You were a child. She was hoping you would strangle yourself with it.
Strangle indeed.
You certainly did strangle, just not yourself. My good Dilly. Anyway, Jethro, my boy, welcome to the fold, free of charge.
Hello?
Oh, free of charge in that case. What else do you have?
Absolutely nothing you're not willing to pay for at this point. Now you're part of the family, you get the discount, but you do have to pay.
Wow, it seemed like the discount was free.
No,
What if we gave you a good beer, good mug of beer?
Dilly,
Yes.
make him stop.
Can't do it.
I
We
don't
have free
drink
will.
beer, lad. Bring me something
no.
shiny and I'll trade you some good things for it.
Meta, Locke's a marionette, right?
No, Locke's a magpie.
A magpie.
Here, hold on one second. I'm going to...
Bird thing from Australia?
Is he animated or?
No, he's
Oh, no.
he's alive like a kinko, only a magpie.
Here, let me see. I'm going to send you a really quick picture. Copy image.
He's awakened, essentially.
No. He's an actual magpie person.
Oh, even cooler.
I
like it.
He is Magpie Man.
He's a Maglo-sapien.
He's a Magpie Sapien.
He's man.
Magpie Man? Oh, it's like Birdman. Instead of going rah rah, he goes shiny shiny.
It's bird person.
May I do a quick Discworld meta real quick, like?
Yes, please.
One of the major vampire clans in the Discworld are the Magpires.
That guy looks kind of dope. I'm just saying.
The Count de Magpire.
That sounds awesome. And I wish I could take credit for drawing that guy, but oh my god, I could never do it.
Beautiful, I love it.
It's pretty sweet. It looks really cool.
Oh
I
my god,
like
it's so badass.
I like it. I dig how it looks ergonomically correct.
Right? It's beautiful. And like it looks humanoid while still keeping the magpie frame.
Yep.
Well done.
No, that wasn't me. I cannot take credit for that at all.
Are you okay now?
Yes.
Not yet. You're not okay yet? Okay.
All right. But yes, at this point, Locke is getting irritated, and he wants everyone to leave. He's
Okay.
like, you've gotten your backpack. I've done what Gloria asked. Just go. Leave me. Unless you want to buy something or trade. And if you're gonna trade, it better be for something good.
I hold up the purple hand and I wave it at Dilly. I said, let's go. Come on, let's go.
Yes, let's go. Nothing I want here anyway.
Yeah, I already got my bottles for free, so
Yeah. I mean,
I'm moving on.
That one needs a reading. I promised it to him, and this one I need to help her reset her toy, and I want to experiment with, and I have to I have so many things to do.
Now, this is up to players. Do you guys want to keep role-playing through? Because at this point, you're about halfway through the night circus in terms of how long it runs.
Mm-hmm.
Would you like to all go to bed and skip until the next morning? Or would you like to continue?
I think we're continuing. We have, as far as I'm concerned, we still have half the night to go.
Oh.
I want to know what the main act is. I want to see that.
Whatever it is, story lead, I'm going with it.
Gwynnie and Dilly, you would both know that there is no main act. The main act is really the opening of the circus, which was the tree exposition.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we'll relay that.
Yeah, and each tent has its own. It does its own act. So
every tent is the main act.
Right.
Pick your poison.
We kind of point out the tents and give them a little bit of an introduction flourish type thing.
We should go visit our new coworkers, don't you think?
Sorry, say again?
Don't you think that maybe we should go to the tents and meet our new coworkers?
Charlie, are you comfy quite?
At least where we're going to send people after they have really good juice.
Yeah, we can go around and meet everyone now, I guess.
Are you being a cat?
Kind of learn what they do and see who they are. Yeah. That's I guess we got.
Okay, if you're going to
still upstairs, so it's time to go downstairs and find everyone.
I can.
Sounds like a really good idea. Are you guys coming with us?
Yes, definitely. Yes. But first, before we do anything else, come and sit with me at the table and let's reset that bird so that it doesn't go off anymore.
Okay.
I'm gonna go to my tent.
Okay.
Oh, as well, if we're going to be sitting at the table, can you get my future read?
Okay. Well, I'll read your future down in my tent down below. We need to reset this alarm thing before we do anything else.
Okay, that's fine. I have mine.
Okay. So, I will hold my hands out across the table to Tara and say, "Okay, what word do you want to put on the bird?" Room? Yes, you may go to the living room. Go on.
How about we do and?
And is not a good idea.
How about cotton candy?
You're in a circus, darling.
Pineapples?
Grandma?
That might work.
Also, no one likes candy corn.
Once again, in a circus.
But who the fuck would say candy corn?
How about swordfish?
No one fucking wants that.
What?
Not right now.
Nipples.
After Mom gets here.
Nipples? Oh, I like nipples. Yeah.
Nipples works probably. Very few people mention that in polite conversation. Nipples works. Let's go ahead and reset it to nipples. And I'll hold my hands out so that she can kind of set the bird in my hands and she can hold my hands and we can both of us think nipples to reset the alarm.
Yes.
And you just hear No Bird, the purse bird, go, nipples.
I know this is going to come back and bite us on the ass, but at least it's reset for now. And it's not going to go off every time somebody says friend.
Yeah, I don't know why it would pick
And as
that
you
one.
say friend, it's like the whole air for a moment. And the pouch bird doesn't say a word.
Oh,
yeah.
goodness.
We could say F words again.
You can say F words again. You just can't say, God damn it.
And in the background, you hear, fuck yeah!
All right. Now, Druid, fortune telling. Did you want to get that done now, or do you want to come back later on?
I assume we can do it now.
Okay.
We're just gonna go downstairs to your tent, I assume. As you
Come
said,
with
yeah?
me, and I'll take him by the hand and escort him to my tent.
Oh, jeez. A little forceful, but okay. Hey, I kind of like it.
Don't get ideas. Well, maybe get ideas. You're kind of cute.
Oh, don't make me blush.
So I'll haul him into the tent and park him at the table at the tent and say, and just stand there kind of looking at him across the table, kind of looking at him saying, which would be best? Which would be best? You know what?
Oh, whatever you like.
You know what? Let's just do a tarot. And I'll go ahead and pull out the cards and sit down across from him and hand him the deck and ask him to go ahead and shuffle it.
Okay, I'm shuffling. You should know that I'm a little bit good at shuffling. I can make whatever I want to be on the top. Is
Well,
that going
since
to
you
be an
haven't,
issue?
if you haven't looked on the inside, they were handed to you face down. You don't know what is in order they're in inside, and you don't know what they look like. So it doesn't matter.
Fair enough. I shuffle it up and hand it back.
Okay? And I set it in front of myself and cut them once, and then reset them in front of myself and say, all right, I think for you it will just be a 3 card. Shall we say, looking at, what shall we say? What should we look at? What would you like to give me 3 things that you would like to know?
I would like to know how my family is going to do.
Okay?
I would like to know where the next good trade is.
Okay?
And I would like to know the best place for a fucking meat pie.
That's a little specific, but we can certainly get you a meat pie when we bring you out of here. Something else?
Oh, maybe the next city I should go to.
Ah, good question. All right. So the next city, your family's welfare, and the next good trade.
Yes, ma'am?
Okay. And with that, she will go ahead and ask him to pick 3 cards. And turn them over.
Okay.
And
I'm actually kind of going to do this for real in a way.
And the first one is the 4 of Wands. And go ahead and pick the second card.
Second is
The Queen of Wands. And then pick the final card. And it is the 7 of Pentacles. And you will see Gwynnie sit in front of you, lay the 3 cards out in front of herself, and say, the 4 of Wands for your family. This, you could not have picked a better card. It means harmony It means celebration. It means joy. And it means, at some future time, at some point in time, homecoming. This is a wonderful card for you and for your family.
Also, does it mean they're going to be happy when I come home, or does it mean they're happy the entire time, even before I come home?
It means that for now, they are not experiencing anything that would cause them to be unhappy. And that, yes, at some point in time, you will have a joyous homecoming.
Oh, okay.
Okay?
In the next card, what?
And your next card was the Queen of Wands. And it means, okay, so did you want to use it for your opportunity, or did you want to use it for the city, the upcoming city?
That's the order I said it, so my opportunity, I'd say.
Your opportunity, okay. Well, this one doesn't specify any particular opportunity, but it does specify success. If you approach it with courage and confidence, with determination, and with a sense of independent determination.
I'm shooing for that one. Awesome.
Okay, so to give yourself a sense of self-respect, self-confidence, and independence, it is an excellent prognosticator of success.
I have all the self-confidence one would need.
Yes.
And the third, where shall I go?
Okay, hold on.
Oh, this sounds lovely. Family's gonna prosper. I'm gonna prosper. And I am going to go to...
You're going to go to a city. I don't have the clear name of the city, but you're going to go to a city that provides welcome rewards. It is a city of banking, of investment, of success and reward. It has long-term and short-term benefits to you, things that are sustainable. So the next city you should visit would be a thriving metropolis with lots of opportunities for good business decisions and investments.
All this seems a little bit too good to be true. Everything I do is prosperous.
Well, no, everything you do will be prosperous if you make the right choices come the opportunities. All this is telling you is that the opportunities are there. What you do is up to you.
Okay.
And I will go ahead and take the cards and gather them back up and wrap them up in a piece of silk and put them away in their very special box. And say, shall we join the others? Let's go find that meat pie you wanted.
Oh, yes.
So,
You guys make meat pies here?
Well, they have all kinds of treats at the stand.
Okay.
so while they were doing that, Dilly would have gone back to his tent.
And as Dilly entered his tent, he would have been greeted with, "Oh, welcome back, sir."
Oh, God. Excellent. But as he goes in, he's going to turn his sign. So he's closed. His door's locked.
Sir, are we expecting a guest?
No, Anton, we are not.
Would you like a drink, sir?
Of course. Tea, please.
Of course, tea.
Tea! Oh, you're so annoying.
Then he puts a kettle on. Sir, I'm so sorry that you hate me. Joel thought that I would be the best possible. And then he just stops talking. Like, he doesn't continue after that. Just the best possible.
The best possible. What?
Companion. The Master Joel thought that you needed constant, happy encouragement. And I am always happy, sir.
And supervision, likely, too.
Oh, yes, I am always supervising you. And
Indeed.
As that happens, his eyes kind of roll back really quick. So you just see the whites of his balls of eyes. And
yes.
Oh, darling Dilly. Silly, silly Dilly. I'm always watching. And then the eyes roll back. And Anton goes, oh, I'm sorry. Did the master pay you a visit, sir?
Oh, briefly. I'm sure she enjoyed the last show.
Oh, that was Joel who paid you a visit. He flat out was like, oh, silly Dilly.
Oh, well, he would have saw too. I mean, it sounded like Gloria, though.
I'm sorry. Alex is laughing at me. He's like, haha, you can't do a man voice. I can do a man voice.
It just so happens that it sounds like the guy from Bill and Ted.
He's gonna go over. It's like, can you hear me?
I can hear you. I'm sorry. My wife just called me Bill and Ted.
Wow. That's harsh. I don't get it.
Nah, I'm into it.
Ew, that's even cringe. No, I was just kidding. So he's gonna go over to this like very ornate like stand, like one of those little tiny, really ornate like jewelry stands, and open it up.
Okay.
And take out his 3 buttons. He's gonna go over and sit down on his couch, and he's gonna put one in his hand. And just see what happens.
Roll either insight or perception, whichever one works better for you.
They're both like the same, so ooh. Okay. 24.
All right. Oh, and that's insight. Okay, so with a 24 insight, which button are you holding?
I'm holding one that looks like it may have come off like the cuff of officers of a sailboat. It's got like an anchor on it. It's a couple little shells. It's kind of ornate.
And how big is this button? In relation, I guess, to a normal person's hand.
Well, I'd say the button would be maybe the size of a nickel, because those buttons on the cuffs are like big. So.
Okay, so it's the size of a nickel, but it has like very tiny shells kind of affixed to it.
No, it's like stamped, you know.
Okay, gotcha. All right.
It's like a brass. I'm sorry, it's like a brass button.
No, you're fine. You're fine. Yeah. I just wanted to make sure I'm getting the right image of it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So as Dilly is holding this button, those kind of stamps and indents of shells and images of shells start to not necessarily glow. They start to get darker.
Yeah.
So let's say, that this coin is a copper color. These symbols on the coin are getting black and black to the point where it almost seems like you're looking into holes that are shaped in these symbols. And all of a sudden,
why are you in here?
The longer you stare at it, Dilly,
I know you do.
the more clearly you can hear the sound of
Grandma holds a leash.
The ocean around you.
The grown-ups do. The grown-ups hold leashes.
Okay. I'm into it.
And if you continue looking at this button, You start to smell salt in the air. You start to almost feel the spray of the sea on your face, just that mist. And all of a sudden, you're on a ship. And you are being whipped incredibly harshly on the back.
Ooh.
And as you're kind of coming to in your situation, you realize that your arms are wrapped around the main mast and they're tied on the other side. You can't move, but you are just being hit over and over again. And at some point, you start to hear what the person who is whipping you is saying. How dare you? You honestly thought you could get away with that. There's no context. You aren't really sure what this person is talking about, but almost in between every word, you're getting hit again. Roll perception for me.
Ooh, you got me on edge and shit. That's awesome.
Seriously.
Natural 20.
Oh, shit, son.
Man.
Tilly's a badass.
Tilly is.
Yeah.
Yes. All right, so with that, you realize as that next lash hits your back and you kind of arch away from it, you hear a very distinct voice that's kind of screeching. Not so much screeching, maybe, but screaming above the count of lashes, which at this point, as far as you can tell, has hit 15. You hear, No, please, he didn't mean to. I swear he didn't mean to. And you turn your head and you see a woman who is heavily pregnant, and she's running towards you. And as she's running, you don't necessarily feel the need to scream, but you can feel yourself yelling at her to stay back, to go, to not come any closer. And unfortunately, she just doesn't listen. And when she's about within 10 feet of you, you see a huge spear just sort of plank her mid-chest.
That made me laugh.
Falls onto her back, and she stops moving. And you, Dilly, wake up.
Interesting. You said plank and it just made me laugh. I'm sorry.
She's planking. She's so straight. She's just planking it.
I got it. Wow.
I guess the better word would be like she was clotheslined. She wasn't planked. She wasn't planking.
She was hit as in like just knocked down, or was she like stabbed?
She was knocked down with the long end of a spear.
Right, like I get it. Like a hockey stick. Whack!
Check.
Yup.
A solid check.
She was fully Canadianed.
I love the excerpts in hockey where like the guy's going through the little door, but he has his stick sideways and it's clotheslines him.
Okay, so
Anyway. Okay. That's interesting. Billy was pretty sure that guy was pretty fucking fucked up. That's an odd memory from him, I think. Can I roll something to try to determine more from this?
Sure, go ahead and roll history for me.
25.
Lord.
Oh boy. All right.
Roll at 18.
Dilly just fucking rocking these
Dude,
rolls.
right? What
Probably
the
not.
fuck, Dilly? Jesus. Dilly's straight up like, oh yeah, you had a plan to like slowly introduce this story to me?
No.
Fuck you.
Info dump now.
Right? Alright, so Dilly,
Position.
you're kind of still just like holding this button in your hand, and you saw what you just saw, but you don't really fully understand it. And as you're, kind of rubbing your thumb over this button, it's not so much of a flashback as it is you're hearing something come from this button straight into your head. You're not hearing it with your ears. It is just communicating with you right into your cranium. And you can hear the voice. It's a familiar voice. You've heard it before. You heard it leading up to, during, and kind of a little bit after you put this person into that button. But this time, he's not being snide. He's not taunting you. He's not pretending that he's bigger or better anymore. He sounds broken. And all you hear is, I don't know what your name is, sir, but please, 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 I'm so sorry. I really do apologize. I will tell, I'll tell the parents, I'll tell the families where the bodies are. Just please, please let me out.
Ooh, that gave me chills. I'll just hold the button. I'll close my eyes and just say there is never a release.
And from this entity's perspective, you are the
I don't know that he can hear me.
They experience it not as a voice, kind of like you're not experiencing them as a voice, but you're experiencing them in a way that is bearable. They're experiencing you and your voice physically. And you can tell as you're saying this, whatever this person's name is, whoever this person is, whatever they did that you deemed acceptable enough to button them, they are screaming in agony.
Billy's just gonna smile like a leer. If anyone would see him, they'd probably cringe.
Badass.
And in a very odd way, you can tell whoever's in that button can feel that smile. They can feel that strange satisfaction that you're feeling. And almost in an ironic way, you can feel them screaming more.
Yeah. Okay. Man, I want to grab another button.
All right, and we are going to move over.
Yeah, let's move, please. That was intense. That was awesome.
Oh, jeez Louise. All right. Taralynn and Gwynnie and Jethro, I just want to check in on all of you, see where each of you are and what you're doing. Because if everyone's kind of in the same general area...
Yeah, I'm gonna say that I kind of followed them because me and Jethro were gonna go exploring. So I would definitely be watching him get his tarot cards, and I'm kind of like, I wasn't supposed to put him out in the wild. What if I'm the one that's supposed to go to the wild? What if he's got to put me in the wild? Oh, God.
And Jethro, how are you feeling following your tarot reading?
Well, I'm feeling pretty stoked after the tarot card reading, everything, like all the cards are lining up for my success. So
Yeah, all the stars are in your favor.
Oh my
And by
God.
this time, Gwynnie's feeling about midpoint through the night. This would be normally the time she'd take kind of a lunch break anyway. So she's all about going and getting some food.
All right. So in that case, if Gwynnie generally takes her lunch break around this time, would Dilly usually take his lunch break around the same time? Like, would they essentially close their tents around the same time every night and go off and do their own thing for an hour before
Well,
going
whatever
back?
Dilly's doing, he would wander about the same time to meet up with Gwynnie for lunch or dinner, mealtime. Sure.
Yeah, definitely flip the card on my tent and go head down. I mean, Jethro wanted to meet Pie, and he just had a really positive tarot reading. So Gwynnie feels like she's making kind of a good impression. So she's gonna, take him and incidentally Tara to go get good food, and knowing Dilly will meet up with him.
All right. So let me go ahead and pull up. Let's pull up the map if everyone can for me. If that is a thing we can all do. If not, I can always just repost it really quick.
Get down, Pokey. Get down.
What was that?
Thank you.
Get out of the window. Come on.
If you can pull up the map for me.
Yes.
So everyone is still upstairs, so those two tables on the south gallery are full of food. That is where cast and crew can go anytime, any day. It's just depending on the time of day or night what will be on the table, whether it's breakfast food, lunch food, dinner food, that kind of thing. But if you guys want to say that you went and ate, do you want to try to do some role play for eating? Or do you want to say you ate and then you are going downstairs to explore for the rest of that lunch break?
I'm always cool with meta eating.
Yeah, I was going to say meta the food and let's go explore.
All right.
Yeah.
So
I'm gonna grab the meat pie to go.
All right. So it took about, let's say,
Oh,
like
I lost the map. Damn
20 to 30 minutes of eating. So at this point, you guys are coming up on, like that midnight hour, which means the tree is about to start lighting up again.
this guy saying meta. I'm a little annoyed that I've been conscripted into a job where I already had a job trying to support my family, and now I'm here.
That's good.
You don't want to support your
That's so
family
good.
anymore?
Well, I want to support my family, but I've been conscripted into like this weird.
He's been railroaded into a booth.
Well, you can
Yeah.
you can always go and like reach out to either. I would suggest Joel.
Taralynn was like, "No, you live here now. You work here
I'm
now."
making you a fucking mess.
I got this. I have an idea. If you want to let it roll.
And I'm just a little. I don't.
I can see this being very super fun in the sense of like.
I was supposed to be here for 5 hours. That's all.
Now I have a place to stay whenever I come to the White City to trade.
Mm-hmm.
And you have explicit permission to take all the fucking fruits.
Yeah. Okay.
Uh-huh. You're basically a drug dealer now.
Nice.
I can see
But
that.
like,
Okay.
He said,
at some point, Dilly may have suggested to him to talk to Joel to see if he can get a Marionette stationed there.
Oh, yeah. You can talk to Joel if you want to, honey.
Yes, just an idea.
Also, you'll be able to be an on the road juice merchant with the tree fruits, and then you can't get in trouble for selling too many to the patrons. You can just tree fruit the world.
And if that Marionette's name isn't Julius, I'd be disappointed.
Oh, dear God.
I was also thinking about drying it out and making it into tea.
There you go.
Nice. See?
There you go.
Like Kool-Aid packets.
Like, we've already established the juice, like, cart rules, so as long as you can follow those, you can do, whatever. You can make tea, that's fine.
Death
Or
pear
we could
tea.
just get, we could get,
Tea, oh my god.
we can get them
Kool-Aid.
to build the tree house, and then we could
Yeah, man.
leave. Like, just run. We can
See,
go to
right
the
now,
ocean.
I just pictured us all in like this basement, sitting around like that '70s show, talking about this shit.
Oh yeah,
Just
100%, like, this particular game, I imagine, like, if I were to imagine us getting together physically ever in real life to play...
You cut out, sweetie.
Oh no.
This particular game, I am, and that's all we heard.
Okay, so for this particular game, I absolutely envision us, if we were ever to do it in real life, being that 70s show around a table, all smoking some weed, some of us drinking and being like, does this fucking work?
Fuck yes. Yes.
Oh my god.
Fuck
Okay.
yes. Yes. And comparing dice. Spending like an hour at least comparing dice.
Yes. I only have one cool pair of dice, so it wouldn't take me long, but then I would also be like, I want to lick everyone's dice. Could I just do that for luck, maybe?
Yeah.
Right.
Whoa.
We'll trade licks.
We'll just everyone lick each other's d20s.
There you go.
For luck.
This is my kind of party.
Exactly.
Purely for luck.
All my dice this name are Andrew.
All my dice is named Andrew. That sounds like weirdly... Oh god, what? Galactica? No, it's not Galactica.
Andrew Dice Clay.
Battlestar. There was a weird sci-fi movie that started with a G and everyone like scrubbed themselves with rocks. It was weird.
Wow.
Yeah.
You must be watching that Rick and Morty cable channel.
Nah, dog, I'm watching that like
House Hunters.
Stars.
Stars. Jesus.
I'm watching that Cinemax sci-fi.
Oh shit,
Wow,
where the
that's
guns
great.
look like giant dildos.
That is desperate.
Achoo.
That's desperate for entertainment.
Oh,
It really is.
Jesus. All right, no,
What a
fuck all y'all.
bullets and
You
splat.
What?
guys want to explore the circus?
Yeah.
Tell me where you want to go.
I mean, I want to go back to my buttons. I'm invested in that. That was dope.
You want to go into your buttons?
No, not in. I have 2 other buttons to read.
Ooh. Well, okay, so
All right,
that's
go ahead,
also
baby.
gonna partially take that's gonna also partially depend on you, like who else went into your buttons.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But this could take some time, so let's let's play with someone else for a minute. Because that's only fair. That took some time with me.
All right, my kiddos. So Gwynnie, you're still sort of overall in the group, like, all right, I have new people. What should we do?
Okay. Winnie would like to explore at least one of the tents,
Yes.
if possible.
Does anyone else want to go with Gwynnie to explore a tent?
Do you want us to split the party?
It doesn't
Yes.
matter. So honestly,
Yeah.
this is the kind of campaign that splitting the party is not going to be detrimental really to anyone.
Right?
Yes.
It's exploration and fantasy fun shit.
Is the circus open?
Yeah, it's still open.
Currently?
You're hitting you're hitting around midnight, so you have a
I
bit
will
of
go-
hour before the midnight tree thing. So like when the circus
I will go
opens,
wander.
the tree
I'll
doesn't
do my
swing.
job.
Okay.
I will wander and juggle and be cringe and creep.
All right.
Then-
So
Maybe look for a mark while they're doing their thing.
okay, so Dilly is going to go on his patrol. Gwynnie wants to go look through circus tents. Taralynn, are you going with Gwynnie?
Yeah. Yes.
All right, and Jethro, are you going with Gwynnie to explore circus tents?
Of course. Yeah, I just walk up and...
All right, and does everyone...
Using my tail.
I posted the map. Does everyone have it?
Yeah.
All right. So I guess my 3 adventurers let me know which tent, or it could be a tent, or it could be one of those weird, so like on the north side, on the ground floor, you have number 7, which is not a tent, but it is an attraction. On the south side, you have number 5 or number 8. Not tents, but definitely attractions. You can go to any one of those. And Gwynnie, you know where all of these things are and what they are, but you may not necessarily have visited all of them because the tents do change periodically.
Okay. Well, the one thing that I had thought that might be interesting to do would be to go into the tapestry tent, but a couple of us go in together, or 3 of us, or 4 of us, or all of us go in together and see what the tapestry tent shows us.
Oh God, no.
Oh,
no,
like
no.
if you all touch like the same spot at the same time or something?
Uh-huh.
Oh.
Holy shit, dude. I don't know if you want to do that with Dilly. That could be bad.
Yeah, I was about to say, Dilly, would you want to go with them for this one, or are you still kind of just going
I think
around?
Dilly would understand what that 10 is, yeah. I think
So in
Dilly
this
would
case,
have.
would he even want to deal with it?
Well, Dilly is wandering, but also I think he would understand what that 10 is and would never go in there with somebody
No, I want
and touch a
to.
tapestry.
I want to
Intentionally.
ask a question to you.
What?
Is Dilly the type of serial killer that wants to relive his
No.
kills?
No.
Okay.
It's not like that.
Just wondering.
Am I still with everybody?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're still here.
Just got super quiet, like
No,
awkward
sorry.
silence. $5 shake time and shit.
Yeah, no.
No, I'm just... there are a lot of things to choose from. I get it.
You cut out, honey.
Yeah.
Oh,
For just a second.
can you hear me now?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Okay. I understand. There are a lot of tents to choose from.
Mm-hmm.
To be fair, on the south side, number 1 and 2, those are just bathrooms. You can ignore those unless you have a full bladder.
Okay.
And then, of course, you're all already in there, so middle aisle A, you can ignore. That's the ticket booth.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. So where do you want to go, guys?
Mm-hmm.
This is totally up to you.
Well, the other meta thing that I wanted to do
Roll a
was,
die.
I mean, you had mentioned it, that Dilly and Gwynnie had never been in it. And I think that Gwynnie would have a heavy fascination with, now that she has a posse, now that she has a group.
Oh, with the
She
lust
would-
tent?
She would have a heavy fascination with exploring the maze.
Oh. All right. Hold on one second.
That would be the other suggestion that
Now,
Gwynnie would have.
Taralynn, in the last session, that was the one you tried to sneak into. You kind of lifted the bottom flap up and saw that it was just a hedge, like the bottom of the hedge. You didn't get to go in because you got caught, but you do know that that outer edge of the tent just showed a hedge.
I almost went in this one last time, but that's when I met Mr. Kitty, and it has trees in there. Jethro, you like trees, right? Let's go in this one.
Oh, I'd love to come in here with you.
Yeah.
Seems
Tent
interesting.
number 9, that is correct.
Come on, Dilly, we never have done this. Let's do it. Come on, we got people to go with us now.
And there is an animated marionette standing in front. It's a generic one. There are certain animated marionettes that have very specific functions, like Polly and Bitsy, and they look different. Whereas the animated marionettes that tend to, stand in front and accept tickets for the tents, they generally kind of just look like marionettes. They're plain. They don't really have a lot of personality to them. They are simply there to accept tickets. So when you guys walk up to the 9 tent entrance, there is a very generic animated marionette that says, "Tickets, please."
You're kinda hollow. What's your name?
I do not require a name. I simply require tickets.
I'm gonna take that pencil and I'm going to write Tabitha on the ticket. Now, you are Tabitha, and I'm gonna walk in.
Tabitha. Ticket tabs.
And as the next person walks up, the marionette says, "I might be Tabitha."
Oh, and I will reach in the pocket of my corset and pull out some bunch of tickets, handing one to Jethro if he doesn't have one, and say hand one to the marionette and say, "You're definitely Tabitha. Polly told me.
I am Tabitha.
You are Tabitha.
Welcome.
Oh my god,
To
we're
the maze.
liberated.
Stop it.
I just nonchalantly walk through. Hey, Tabitha. Nice to see you.
I love it.
And Tabitha sort of looks at Jethro and takes his... Well, she doesn't need to take it from him because she already got the ticket from Gwynnie for him. But she looks at Jethro and says, "Hello, I am Tabitha." And her head sort of twitches to the side. But as Jethro passes through, since he's the last one to enter, you all were kind of walking down a very dark hallway that no light, no sense of how long it was or how long you'd been there. But the moment Jethro passed Tabitha into that hallway, you all find yourselves in the very center of a huge hedge maze.
Okay. We start in the center?
You are in the center. And it's a circular area surrounded by hedge maze. So you know that it's the center simply because of how small that circle is. There's really only enough room for the number of you. And there are branches going every which way out from that center. And, there's a bench. There's a little fountain in the very middle. There's benches around it. If you stand on those benches, you can't see over the hedge mazes, like the hedges. No matter who the tallest person is, no one can see over it.
Okay.
Is it supposed to be
This
like
is interesting. It's a little spooky, but it's interesting. Just kind of looking around.
We're in the tent.
Right. Well, hold on. Where does Gwynnie keep her little communication thingy?
Oh, it's in it. I have an earring.
Oh.
And the chandelier style earrings that dangle down my neck type thing. And they're kind of almost lost in the edges of my beard because my beard is red and the earrings are made of copper.
Got it. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Jethro. Hey, remember when one time when you talked to the tree and it was like, yeah, you can eat me? Would you do that to the hedges and be like, hey, what's the point of this place?
I suppose I could try and do that. I kind of enjoyed the idea of having a maze in front of us. But I'll talk to the hedge real quick. I'll just touch it. Put my palm
Just
up.
ask it.
Just ask, where's the exit?
No, not if it's like where the exit is. That'll take all the fun away. More like there's not anything here to kill us, right? Or eat us, or maim us, or death end or dying.
Well, that'd be more of touching the ground to feel if there's anyone in front of us. I'll do that instead. just put both my hands into the ground and feel the earth. Just see if there's anything that might be around us that could harm us.
Go ahead and give me perception.
19.
Alright, so with a 19, you hear rustling. There are 4 possible ways out of this kind of epicenter of the maze, and you hear rustling.
Like 3 different directions?
4 different paths out of where you're standing, and 3 out of 4 of those paths, you hear rustling just kind of out of sight down those paths.
Okay, so it seems like there's only one real good way we can go without meeting someone else. I don't know if it's going to be enemies or not, but 3 of the paths seem like there are people there or animals. I'm not quite sure at the moment. Where'd you like to go?
I think that maybe we should. You know, a long time ago, and I might be wrong. I'm probably wrong, but they say that if you hold your hand and only take left, that you'll get out.
Who the fuck says that?
My great uncle Arnie. He got lost, and we never seen him again.
Yeah, that's probably fucking why.
Maybe. Let's go the way that don't have no stuff, no noise first.
Good choice. Let's go. Have a trail off.
Okay. Yeah, I'm with them. I don't have any ideas, and I absolutely respect the druid's opinion.
Oh boy! All right, and Dilly, are you following the 3 of them as well?
Oh no, I'm in my tent. Remember?
Oh, that's right.
Or I'm wandering, actually.
You did not go with them.
I did not go with them.
Because you were kind of a smart
Split
boy.
my party.
Okay. Guys, I need to take like a couple minutes break, and I'll be right back.
So, can we take a second and meta some things real quick, maybe?
We can meta.
Well, just some, like, Gloria and Dilly. What sort of things would he have learned from her?
She absolutely would have taught him how to put souls into buttons.
Okay.
And also...
I guess I'm asking, because I was talking to Paula too, it's like, she's a magic user and Dilly's, well, currently not. Well, I assume she is some sort of magic user.
Yes. And on it, so I think the best way to put it would be that it's not necessarily magic that puts the souls into the buttons.
Mm-hmm.
It's a combination of the button, the dagger, and the thread. So he doesn't have to sew the button onto anything. He just has to use the thread to kind of bind the soul to the button.
I get it. Guess I know how to do that.
Haha.
That's how the button's attached to the bottom of the dagger.
There we go. Yeah, so perfect.
Okay.
It's mostly in the thread. The binding is in the thread.
Well, I imagine he probably could have learned some other interesting things from her that he uses in his ritual.
Maybe when you throw it onto the coat, that's when the soul is silenced, but it's still in there without accessing it.
So did you have any lore on the button jar prepared?
So for the button jar, I was honestly expecting the buttons in that jar to be the ones that he used to trap the souls. I did not realize that you were going to go the route of, like, no, it's their buttons. Which
I hope that's okay.
That's totally fine. In which case, the jar itself, I would say, let's change that to, instead of it being a jar full of buttons, it is a jar that is specifically meant to contain the buttons until you decide, like, at that point, it would be Dilly's choice to say, oh, I'm going to sew the buttons onto my clothing, whereas the jar is a safe space to keep the buttons.
What if Dilly
keeps them silent?
Yeah. What if Dilly wasn't the first one to do it?
Well, and I think that's why Gloria is so good with telling him how to do it and teaching him how, because she's like, yeah, no, I don't use buttons, but yep, I do the same thing. And she doesn't necessarily do it the way that Dilly does it. Not like, oh, these are bad people and they deserve to be punished. She's more like, no, these people fucked me over and I want to keep them close.
I'm going to be put into a button and thrown away.
Oh.
Because it's going to talk and talk and talk. Hey, and remember that time that you signed my book? And then you sent, like, all those people to, like, try to kill me? That was great. You're my best friend.
And Paula had this sorry, baby, I cut you off.
It's okay.
Paula had this really neat idea. So Anton, he holds the dagger.
Oh.
So Anton will be over there cutting up, like, lemons and
he's
olives.
using that dagger.
That dagger.
Oh God, I love it.
Was it?
Yeah.
I thought it was you.
No.
Oh.
What my idea was the truth serum is the drink, and then
I got my people confused.
Yeah, and then make it kind of a almost as if it was a sexual aspect, but it's not because you're just kind of.
But that's cat-like.
Yeah. So it would be more a prey playing with its prey type thing.
I like it. Who was it that was saying that, like, when Anton had the dagger, it just looks like a knife?
Me.
Got the ladies in my life confused.
Oh my God.
No, they're such high-quality women, and they're so intelligent.
Good save. Good save.
Good save.
Oh, Alex is laughing like, yes, my man. Good save, bro.
So used to this, man. So used to it.
All dimes.
Yeah.
There's dragons, man.
But I feel like every single game we play is Can't Stop Here, This is Backcountry.
Oh my God, right there.
Dude, Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas is totally two versions of Bliss.
It really is. Now, at this point in time, I really want to give, I mean, as the DM in me wants to give Bliss a spatula weapon, or fly swatter weapon.
Oh
my God.
And a grapefruit.
Oh, I love a grapefruit. Oh my God, that would be my bestest friend. I would name him Tommy, and we would go like on adventures. And then he would end up in my soup pocket, and then like
That
he
scene
would
is one of my
kill
most
people.
favorite scenes ever in a movie. It's just amazing.
Mm-hmm.
That grapefruit literally exploded on his head. Like, that was real. It was awesome.
There's this other
Great acting.
video
Fantastic.
with the grapefruit, and they warm it up, and then they like do some kinky stuff with it, and it was really bad. It was like, I have not ate the grapefruit
Bliss.
since.
Can we bring your little annoying other character back?
Oh yeah.
That's great. Hi.
Hi.
Hey, how are you? Okay? Like, you doing good?
Oh my God.
Like, I'd really like to hang out with you, like, all fucking day, okay? Like, we can talk and never shut the fuck up.
Yes.
Like, my superpower could be like, you're gonna commit suicide by fucking talking, bitch. I'm fucking cut you. You gotta cut your fucking ear holes out, you will.
I love you.
Oh, Valley Sally, bitch.
God damn it. You're not allowed to break me in 2 games. God damn it.
Right? She ain't even DMing. You can't break fucking wild, man.
Okay.
Me.
Oh my God. Anyway, I'm gonna call it for tonight, but I am gonna say, because you guys we're leaving off with you guys having just entered this big maze.
Amazing.
It is amazing. That's
Fucking
where we're
cheese.
leaving off, but just know that pretty much the next session is going to start with rolling initiative. And I swear to God, if anyone sits there and goes, "Who the fuck are you?" I will kick you in the fucking face. I will shut it down before it even starts.
But we're so good at that. Oh, but we're so good at it.
You are so good at it. That's why I'm telling you. You're all together. You're all on the same team, but you all will be starting rolling initiative. Do not ask who the fuck are you.